going on, water signs? This is your girl Venus Archangel here with your daily love reading. Welcome, welcome. If you're unsure of your placements, go ahead and check the description box below. Also, guys, please remember that these readings may not resonate with everybody, so that's a-okay, okay? Whew, let's go ahead and get into this, right? What's going on with your love lives, water signs? What's happening with your love lives? What's going on? What's going on? What's happening? Alright, guys, let's go ahead and get in. Wow. You know what to do, family. Pick each side that resonates with you the most, and the other person that you're dealing with is potentially the person that, you know, the other person, the other half, right? The other side I pull for is for the person that you're either dealing with, dating, or in a relationship with, okay? Or this could be the upcoming person that comes into your life. Those of you that are single and don't have anybody in their life. Underlying energy is justice, though. It's about settling, balance, karma. So things are kind of being, you know, balanced at this time. Things are kind of taking it easy a little bit. Okay. It's very interesting. It's like there is this determination to make something happen. Make something happen despite where, you know, what you've been through, what you've seen, what you've heard, what you've gone through. It's a brutal fight to the end. And it does kind of leave you feeling exhausted and, you know, beat down, defensive. And I feel like the relationship in some ways you guys have potentially built a wall up between each other because of the things that you've been through, because of the things that you guys have both encountered with each other. But there's just no giving up in this relationship, which is, you know, in a way beautiful, but at the same time, it's very hard to kind of make a sort of standpoint when there is a wall. Now, the reason why I say that there's a wall is because you can definitely tell with the Knight of Pentacles person, this person feels that they're in a relationship, they get everything else out of it but love, emotional aspects to the relationship. They feel like they're in a gilded cage, right? So the Knight of Pentacles, like, they feel very independent, no doubt, but they feel single in a relationship. It's not necessarily the best feeling in the world, and I can tell. I can tell you, you know, I've been in relationships like that. They have not been very fun, and honestly, I mean, maybe I'm just projecting my own stuff into it, but it does make you feel like you're isolated in a room full of people. You're isolated and you're by yourself. But this person here is in a relationship with this individual that's working very hard, really working, trying their best to make it work. But even this is very tiring energy. You're very focused, really diligent on making something happen. But this person, it feels like they're getting everything out of it but the connection that they're looking for, the love that they're looking for, the emotional support. And it's not this other person's necessarily fault, okay? I don't feel like this person means to do it. There is a wall that's put up between each person, but I feel like that's a wall that needs to be broken down by what? Communication. It could be that there could have been communication here, some sort of words said before, but there could be someone that's tunnel visioning the situation, and there could be that somebody may have not said it because, one, they're not necessarily ready to leave a certain comfort zone that they've got because of, you know, which is basically this wall that they've developed between each other. Now let's go and take a look at the internal energies to see what comes up in the internal energies. You know, the stories can go either way, since this is a general reading for everybody, and it may not, like I said before, it may not resonate with everybody. So it's important that if you guys want to know what's happening really legitimately in your own life, then you have to book a personal reading, which will pop up in the corner at the end of the video, like the eye or in the annotation aspect of it. So this person, that Knight of Swords, and I feel like this person potentially is still fighting for this relationship. They're not done with it. Like I was saying, this person, they still want to be together. They're fighting for their truth internally, though. They're still working on it. They're still fighting for it. They feel like they're still fighting for the connection. They're still working towards some sort of solution or some sort of connection or something that they feel like they, you know, that they are looking for in this relationship. So that's that. So that's that. So the Eight of Pentacles of this individual, internally, what's going on with them? The Ten of Cups. Emotionally, they feel like, I don't want to say that they feel happy, because I don't know if that's the case. I do feel like this is an emotional ending of a cycle. Like they feel like they've kind of hit the peak of something emotionally, and I don't think it's a bad thing or or necessarily the best thing, but they've hit some sort of peak with this energy here. Let's take a look at the internal aspect of the relationship altogether. I feel like they also have family to consider, and that's probably why they were focusing so much. But that's part of the reason. Let's go and take a look here. Internal of the relationship is the Eight of Swords. Everybody's in their own heads. Everybody's not really communicating. Everybody's honestly within their own space, focusing on with their own self, with how they feel, and they're not really communicating what they need in the relationship, because I feel like they feel trapped in their own heads. They feel like that maybe there's more arguments that come out of this. Maybe there's some more combative energy coming out of this. So like, I don't think this is emotionally done like the Eight of Cups, but there's something emotionally that's kind of like peaked here. This is the ending of an emotional cycle, and I feel like this person's tunnel visioning their happily ever after. Like they may be channeling or trying to feel like they're trying to get to this Ten of Cups. Maybe they feel like they have this Ten of Cups already and they're working hard to make this a reality, or they're focusing on work because they feel like they have everything here. But they build up themselves a wall and they're not able to get out of it because they feel like they may need to keep this wall in order, which is focusing on work or focusing on whatever, to make their family happy. They could be just very focused on trying to make people happy, right? Because I don't feel like this individual is happy. I feel like this person feels like they're obligated with a lot of responsibilities that they put on themselves, not necessarily put on, not necessarily been asked to take up the task of. Okay, let's take a look at the external energies, see what's going on. Six of Wands. So this person, in a way, it's like I feel like externally they are being recognized for what they're doing. They're being seen. They feel like they're kind of, that's why they're not necessarily like in the bad, like they're not in a bad place. I feel like ultimately they may feel like they're alone, but they do feel, but at the same time, I feel like they're making the steps and the effort necessary to gain some sort of success or happiness in their relationship. They're doing the best that they can with what they got. And they may be still fighting for it. They may still be, going after what it is, and they're showing that outside of that, right? They're showing that they're confident with themselves, confident in their ability to get to whatever they want to be, right? They're finally getting recognized for what they want. But I feel like there's some sort of void here. Obviously, with that Eight of Swords there's something that's keeping them from being able to either see what it needs to, see what they need to see to be able to get out of their situation, or to be able to gain what they want. At least stop having the relationship being so tiresome for them. You know what I mean? So let's take a look at their external energy for the Eight of Pentacles person. The Page of Cups. So this person over here may have even offered this person some love or expressed what their needs were, right? And I feel like, again, like this person is so tunnel vision that maybe they're trying to work so hard to get some sort of happiness with this relationship instead of giving them what they want, which is something emotional. Let's take a look at the external aspect of the relationship, and then we can tie this whole thing up to see what the scenarios kind of show. Wow. The Eight of Cups. The Four of Cups, rather. Wow. And then here we go with the Two of Pentacles. So this is initially we saw the Justice card now it's the Two of Pentacles. It's like weighing the pros and cons, weighing out the options, looking at what truly is the most important aspects regarding the emotional plane, right? What's going on emotionally, what truly has value to each party, each person in the relationship. And right now what I see with you guys in your relationship now, it's like everybody's got their own little situation. Everybody's stuck in their own thoughts internally, and they can't really see or empathize with anybody right now because they're apathetic about their own situation, right? They're expressing apathy externally. They're not really sure I feel like they're so tunnel vision on certain tasks that they're not really able to see that there's something external going on. There's something externally happening, and it's because they're trapped in their thoughts. The beautiful thing here is that especially with the crumbs of the solution, to being able to marry these energies together and break out of this energy of wanting to kind of give up, despite having to wanting to work so hard and keep going. Like there's a underlying fundamental energy here that's saying, look, I'm so tired, I'm so exhausted, I keep doing X, Y, and Z, I keep trying to make this happen, make it work, fight for what I believe in this, fight for my belief in this relationship to blossom in the best way possible. and I want this my person to be happy, or I want somebody to feel happy, but it's at the same time, it's like nobody's focusing on what their inner needs are, or that there isn't really a lot of looking at what's going on actually to be able to push through this Nine of Wands energy. Right? This is talking about hanging in there. There's something to still hang on for. And I feel like each person is still working very diligently and very hard for the relationship, but they built a wall in the process of trying to make it work, which can ultimately be the demise of the relationship. So everybody needs to just kind of like recognize that what's going on internally with them is honestly what's in their head. Okay? All the fighting, all the, you know, the hard work that's necessary. This, whatever they feel is keeping them trapped and not able to move, it's all in their mind. It's all in their mind. And what's keeping them at, you know, focused on these three cups could be that they don't believe that there's any solution. They aren't able to see what, you know, far past what they are able to think, which is the Eight of Swords. They feel stuck. This is a stuck energy. This is feeling trapped, and this is exhausted. Okay, and I feel this is exhausted from constantly being in a situation where they believe something, when they believe certain things that their thoughts may be telling them. This person could be like, they feel like they're, you know, their happily ever after is there, or they have a family and they have a child maybe, but this person is working very hard to try to maintain a good life, but this is in actuality draining them and also draining the relationship. So I could feel like there's also this individual, maybe, I don't know, this person could be focused and they could be very happy and this is their way of expressing love, but nobody sees it that way, right? This person could be like, I'm working my ass off right now. This person's going to appreciate it, but this person don't see it. Nobody sees it in the relationship as, I care, like, I actually think and see that this is something that, this is an extension of you. This is your way of showing love, right? This person going to work and providing support, stability, or whatever, or working very diligently. They may not see it. Or this person is very focusing on being more emotionally open, talking and being more emotionally open. And they're usually focusing on other things and putting their focus on other things to be able to build some sort of happiness. Maybe they have a certain way of doing something that everybody else is not familiar with. Everybody's not seeing it because they're going through their own thing. This individual with the Nine of Pentacles, they're in their own world. They're in their own place of comfort and stability, but they feel isolated and alone. Right? They don't feel like anybody sees them. I don't think they get enough, not necessarily attention. I don't want to be mean when I say it, but like I don't think they really feel like they get a lot of attention. The Six of Swords, the Six of Wands would indicate that this person is getting a lot of attention and they're getting a lot of notice, right? This person's being seen. And Knight of Swords could be that they're very direct and very demanding of it, and they're working very hard to make this person very happy, but at the same time everybody's kind of selfish about it and not really considering anyone else because they can't really consider themselves, not considering what they need. They're not considering what breaks that they need to come up with for them to be able to rejuvenate their energy. There's a lot of draining energy here, and I'm honestly feeling really sleepy. Not because this reading is boring or anything like that, guys, but I'm feeling the energy of being completely just depleted and just exhausted. You know what I'm saying? It's exhausted of just like tunnel visioning and beaming on something that's, you know, that's not working, or something that's not really making any sense. Like 2 + B = X, and you're trying to figure out the solution, and you're like, where is the solution to this? Where is it at? How do you know what X means? How do you know what X is? What is the variable's value? Right? What is the value of my emotions? I don't know, because I don't know. I got stuck, a lot of doubts, a lot of overthinking, over analyzing, and it causes me a lot of stress, a lot of exhaustion. I'm beat down by it. This person I feel like this person is trying to kind of keep moving, keep pushing through, and I feel like they're confident in their ability to make things work. But at the same time, I don't think that they feel like they're emotionally like able to be connected with their partner, because not only are they stuck in their own thoughts about what their needs are, but they're not. I don't know if they really see that the struggle of what the relationship is under, because of what actions that's happening that's putting stress on both parties. Okay, so I feel like this person could be like, you know, this person could be focused on their career. This person focused on some sort of promotion that they're gaining, or the promotion that they've gained because they work so hard. But ultimately, I feel like they want to be successful in their relationship, by connecting with their partner and not necessarily focusing on what they would like. They want to just make it happen. I feel like both parties do, and it's all gonna come down to just like it's gonna require to shift the focus a little bit, focus away from what needs to be worked on or what needs to be handled or what needs to be fought for and what needs to be, you know, kept up, happiness, whatever, right? The fantasy, the dream, what have you, right? Expression is the important part, right? Being in the moment and communicating with each other, reconnecting. All right, stepping away from the desk for a minute, allowing your brain to just smooth out, because what you may realize is that this isn't exactly important. It's about being open to new things and being open, because right now everybody's closed off, everybody's focused on something else, and it's going to require each person to be focused on each other, right? It's not necessarily focused on each other, but shift the focus to what's important for the relationship, which is bonding, being together, and putting the walls down. I went on for 16 minutes, guys. It's not a weekly. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is resonating with you guys, please like, subscribe, share with your friends. I would greatly appreciate that. Love you guys so much, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye now.